What's going on, everybody? Voidlego here, back with a brand new episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Last time on, we had finally gotten the help of all the people, and we confronted the Child Conservation Center, and they eventually caved in to our demands. And then they finally called Sadako, in a very powerful moment. Rika talked to Sadako about how she was not strong at all, and that she was still hiding from Tepe, how she was not fighting back at all, that she was merely being submissive to him. In a very powerful moment, she finally said, "Help me," to them, and thankfully we were able to save her in time. And now we are at the festival, which a lot of things could happen. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Will Takano and Tomitake survive this one Higurashi? And who's exactly behind all these murders? So I think we're getting into the real meat of the chapter. I have to say, everything beforehand was great. Everything was fantastic. I loved it, of the whole town coming together, the whole Sadako thing. But, the main mystery, I feel like we're going to really delve into here in this next part, and how many hours it's going to be. So, yeah, let's get right into it. A faded notebook. Watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good men of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched. It would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Even God doesn't know when he will descend once more. He is constantly prepared for that day to come. Have faith in your God at all times. Your God doesn't even know when he'll see the light. Do not spare any effort. Study hard every day. Have the passion for discovery. You never know when you will be rewarded, but that day will come for sure. Until then, you must let the fires of your passion burn bright. Hifumi tea. Hifumi? I'm pretty sure we've never heard the name Hifumi before. Hifumi tea. No, I don't think we've ever... Hifumi is a very unique name. I feel like I would have remembered that from some point. But it seems like it's a very religious text. Very, if I had to say, very cult-like. So that's interesting. Alright, let's get right into it. Hifumi tea. Okay.
そんなことを言ってたね。でもどうしてだい？どうして僕と高野さんが殺されなきゃならないんだい？
あらあら、私たちが5年目のたたりに名前を連ねられるなんて名誉な話よ。
As I expected, they didn't really take me telling them that they'd be killed on the night of the festival seriously. They did keep their promise of tying up my security after I showed them the ritual storehouse. However, they hadn't given one thought to their own safety. Oh well, like I said, I didn't expect much them to believe me. If they were willing to take me seriously, I could have easily changed their fate a long time ago.
もう一度言いますです。富武は喉をかきむしって、高野はどこか遠くの山奥で焼かれて死にますです。
喉をかきむしるって、それはレベル5の末期症状のことかい？
Ooh, L5, okay.
大丈夫だよ。僕はちゃんと注射を受けてる。そんなことはありえないよ。
私だってあんまりね。どこか遠くの山奥で焼死なんて失礼な話だわ。
Interesting. Okay, so clawing out your own throat is part of L5, which is probably the same disease Sadako has. Which is very interesting. What the? I'm gonna start calling it L5 because it's the closest we've ever gotten to a name to the disease.
それがあなたの夢の中に出てきたというの？
今夜だけでもどうか気をつけてほしいのです。
So if that's the terminal like symptoms of L5, does that mean Rika also has it? Because like, you know, she clawed out her like veins because, you know, maggots or whatever. So does she have it? No, if she did have it, she would be taking shots. She's only, that was more emotional distress than anything else. More mental instead of whatever L5 is.
騙されたと思ってどうか僕の言うことを聞いてはくれませんですか？
私たちの身に迫る何かというのも夢のお告げなのかしら。大丈夫よ。あなたの身辺は山犬がちゃんと警護しているわ。今日だって8人があなたの近辺を警護しているのよ。
ありがとうです。僕の警護は十分助かっています。ですから高野たちも同じく用心してほしいのです。
心配してくれてありがとう。大丈夫だよ。こう見えても体は鍛えてるんだ。降りかかる火の粉くらいはちゃんと払えるよ。
I wonder if the syringes that... Wait. No, there wasn't... No, there was never a syringe located near Tomiki's body. The only syringes that, like, are actual syringes are the ones Rika had that she tried to inject into Shion. We still don't know what those syringes are. My theory is like, it's the syringes she got from Ire, and that she wanted to... Yeah, we really don't know what those syringes actually do. And why Rika tried to give them to both Shion and Rena. Tomiki flexed his biceps and smiled. He was probably trying to make me feel better. But all he really did was make me feel sadder. This is the sad part about being me. I know the future, but I can't tell them. It's as if that was the rule of this world. People tend not to believe what I tell them.
でも死ぬのです。富武と高野が死ねば次は僕が殺されるのです。二人が死んだら誰が僕を守ってくれるのですか？
どうも相当悪い夢を見たみたいね。大丈夫よ。もし万が一私たちが死ぬようなことがあっても山犬があなたを警護するわ。
山犬は本当に僕を守ってくれるのでしょうか？守ってくれた試しはないのです。
そんなことないわ。あなたがふっかけた喧嘩にも現れたでしょ。あなたの近辺を常に警戒してくれているわ。もちろん平時にはそこまでの警戒はしていないけれど、先日のあなたの要望以来、あなたへの警戒態勢は非常に高度な状態を維持しているわ。入江所長の警護よりも厳重なくらいよ。
富武と高野が死んだ後もその警戒態勢は維持されますですか？
無論よ。あなたの身ほど大事なものはないんだから。
僕たちは今夜殺されてしまうともう決まっているのかい？
I mean, it's happened like 6 other times before, so I'm pretty sure.
参ったな。
富武に生き残る意志がないのなら死んだ後の私の身にしか興味がないです。
My words must have left a mark on his heart. He looked much more serious after I said that to him.
やれやれ。わかったよ。せいぜい今夜気をつけるよ。沖宮へ戻るときは僕にも警護をつけることにする。
2人の時に襲われるのだと思います。だから今夜2人きりになってはダメなのです。
あらあら、焼いてるのかしら。おませさんね。
Like I thought, I can't change their fate. When we saved Sadaka, everyone shared the same sense of urgency. That's why we all got together and saved her before it was too late. However, these two have no sense of urgency at all. How can I make them understand? I sighed and gave up.
富武、高野、さようなら。今日までありがとうでした。
ちょっと待ちなよ。リカちゃん。
I had nothing else to say to them now. Said it might be worth talking to someone else. If I could get someone else to protect them, I might be able to change something. Can't give up yet. Fate is as thin as a piece of paper. Just like the lid on a jar of jam. It's not going to open unless you believe it will. I have to believe that I can change my fate. If I don't, it's not going to change.
富武さんと高野さんがですか？それは本当ですか？
I've told Ire about this so many times in the past. Ire tends to listen to me more seriously than Tomitake and Takano do. However, that doesn't mean that he can actually do something about it.
お社様の巫女の僕が嫌な予感がするから。では、理由になりませんですか？
わかりました。そうおっしゃるなら、お社様のご神託かもしれませんね。今夜そんな事件があれば、5年目のたたりということになってしまいます。お二人には注意するよう、私からも伝えましょう。
All Ire would end up doing would be warning the two of them. Which was exactly the same thing as that I did. In other words, it wouldn't matter in the least. Ire's just a researcher. He has no ability to deal with unexpected trouble. That's why Takano works for him after all.
くれぐれもよろしくお願いしますです。ペコリ。
Who else would treat me seriously? Who would be able to prevent Tomiki and Takano's death? That's right. There's one man who's been fighting the curse of Oshiro-sama with all his might. Oshi? Yeah.
あれフルデスさん探してたんですよ。赤坂さんがぜひお別れの挨拶をしたいと言って探してたんですが。
つくづく赤坂とは肝心な時に縁がないのです。
先日の温泉の件を随分恨まれているようですね。赤坂さんも何も恩返しができなかったことを悔やまれていましたよ。長い休みが取れたら改めてひなみ沢に行きたいと言っていました。それを奥さんに勘違いされちゃったみたいで。可愛いけどあの奥さん家に帰ると怖い人なんだろうな。
大石、実は大切な話があるのですが、誰も信じてくれませんのです。
ん？いかがなさいましたか？
I've spoken to him several times in the past too. He usually takes me pretty seriously. However, after they die, he starts suspecting me. That's why I stopped talking to him.
それをどこで聞いたんですか？どの辺で？
I told him that I heard someone talking about murdering them in the crowd. That way, he might not be suspicious of me after the murder really happens.
確かに富武さんはよそ者だし、高野さんと合わせれば2人。 一人が死んで一人が消えるか。確かに5年目のたたりとしてはあってもおかしくなさそうですね。デマの可能性もありますが、わかりました。ダメでもともとお二人をマークさせましょ
襲うならひなみ沢と沖宮の間の道だとも言っていたように思いますです。
Tomiki's body will be found on the road leading out of the village. From what I remember, he's discovered where the concrete road turns to gravel. Yeah.
う。わかりました。車を一台張り付かせましょう。そのくらいの余裕はありますので。
He agreed to get involved, and he wasn't suspicious of me either. I'm sure it seems odd to people that Oshi actually believed this phony-sounding story of mine. The thing about Oshi is that he strongly believes that there's no smoke when there's no fire. I've learned from experience that he tends to believe my information. However, that personality of his has caused me so much trouble in previous worlds. Of course, there's no question why he's so eager to believe me either. This is his last chance to expose the curse of Osho-sama before his retirement. Even if it might be fake, he still wanted to believe it. That was convenient for me, since I couldn't show proof.
クマちゃん、聞こえますか？聞こえますか？
Yeah. Yeah, Oshi is such a, once again, another interesting weird character of a, detective that's about to retire, that's been on this case for about 4 years, that took one of his friends, and by this point, he'll take anything he can get. I mean, hell, that's why he used Kechi as bait in the first chapter, because he was literally at his wit's end. He had nowhere else to go. There was nothing connecting the murders, but he knew there was something. There had to be something connecting all these murders, but he didn't have jack shit. So he's quite literally, in 1983, at his wit's end. He has nothing left. So he'll take anything he can get.
沖宮への帰り道の途中にパトを1台張り付かせてください。いえいえ、単なる警戒です。良くないことがそこら辺で起こるかもしれないという噂が入りまして。2人程度でいいでしょう。お願いいたします。
ありがとうです。誰も僕のことを信じてくれないので困っていたところなのです。
それを信じるのが警察です。何事もなければむしろ無事を喜ぶべきじゃないですか。出動を空振りこれを喜べ。私の先輩の言葉です。それにせっかくのタレコミ情報を見過ごして事件を防げなかったらこれほど悔しいことはありませんからね。
I see. That's his way of thinking about things. That was why he believed me without question. I hope he won't consider me a suspect after they find their bodies tomorrow. I shouldn't worry about that now. I can still do more. Who else should I talk to? Should I talk to my friends? I can't give up. I should at least try.
まさかそんな物騒なことを言ってる人がいるのかい？よりにもよってこの日に不謹慎だな。
あれか？今日起こるかもしれないって噂のお社様のたたりってやつか？
うん。連続4年起こってるからね。やっぱり今夜も起こるかもしれないと思ってる人も少なくないみたいだね。
怒ると思うのは勝手でございますけど、富武さんと高野さんを名指しするなんて失礼な話ですわね。富武さんと高野さんにも念のため伝えた方がいいんじゃないかな。もう伝えましたですが、信じてもらえなかったです。
そりゃそうだろうな。でも万が一何かあった後じゃ遅いしな。 大石さんに話した方がいいんじゃないか？
もちろんもう話しましたです。
へえ、リカちゃまはなかなか手際がいいじゃないですか。
Yeah, it's like almost like I've been through this shit before. A lot of times.
でも確かに用心に越したことはないです。今夜だけはひなみ沢村連続開始事件、通称お社様のたたり。はっきり言って何年も続かれちゃ困るんだよね。面白がって模倣するバカも出てくるし、何より村のイメージダウンにしかならない。
It's very interesting. We've never had a timeline that goes past 83 that it's confirmed that the murders keep happening. Whatever happens, like after 83, it's either Keiji dies, that's it, or the, volcanic gas incident happens and pretty much kills everyone in Himizawa. So it's very interesting. They end it on the 5th year. I feel like the 5th year has to be significant in some way. Maybe whoever is behind this, maybe that notebook we read as a tip in the beginning is the I don't know, steps for whoever is behind this in order to do it 5 years in a row or something like that. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
つまり今夜何も起こらなければそれで連続はついえるわけだろ。なら今夜起こらないように何かすればいいわけだ。
なんかって何ですの？悪いことが起こらないように村中で見回りでもしますの？
見回りなんかしたらかえって不用心な気がします。そもそも手の打ちようなんてあるんですか？一応綿流しの準備会の方では連続開始事件を模倣しようとする変質者が紛れ込む可能性もあるので、見かけない顔には警戒しようってことになってる。
ひなみ沢はよその人の顔はわかるからね。見慣れない人がいたらすぐわかる。だからきっと大丈夫だと思うけどな。でもそれでもきっと富武と高野は殺されるのです。リカちゃん、そうだね。私たちにもできることをしてみようよ。
そうだな。一晩中を護衛はできないだろうけど、せめて祭りが終わるまでの間近くにいようぜ。人が近くにいれば悪い連中もおいそれと手出しはできねえだろう。
I couldn't tell if they really believed me or not, but they listened to me at least. We decided to keep our eyes on Tomitake and Takano and protect them for the rest of the night. I guess I've done everything I can now, though it's hard to believe this is enough to prevent their deaths.
あとは明日目が覚めた時何も起こっていないかどうかね。リカは富武たちの死を防げると思っていますですか？無理かもしれない。やはりあの二人が死ぬのは私の命運が尽きることを知らせる時計の時報なのかもしれない。でもさっき高野も言った。山犬が私への警護を厳重にしてくれているから、仮にそうしてる間に東京から応援も来るだろうしね。いつものように富武たちが殺されたとしても、その後の状況はこれまでの世界とは少し違う。それでもダメなら潔く死ぬしかないわね。とにかく今回は最後の最後まで諦めない。 あがける限りあがく。どうせ無駄だから残りの時間をワインで過ごすなんて後ろ向きなことは絶対にしない。
リカの好きなようにするといいのです。
羽生は相変わらずどうせダメだと思ってる？
僕はいいもダメもないです。あるがままが運命ですから。
期待するから心が痛むか。
If I'm an actress trying to get up on the stage, Hanyu is a real bystander. We have very different opinions when it comes to this.
リカ、何があってもどうか気を落とさないで。
なんだか今回もどうせダメだって遠回しに言われてるみたいね。最近あんたと話してるとイラつくことが多いわ。
I understand. Hanyu keeps telling me not to get my hopes up because she cares about me. Because I hope to defeat fate, I get hurt when that hope is betrayed. And the more I get hurt, the closer I get to losing my mind and disappearing. For Hanyu, that means losing her only friend. Losing me is probably the most unbearable thought for Hanyu, since she has to live alone, unable to communicate with anyone else. I now believe that fate can be changed. Even when I didn't have that faith, I still believe that eventually I'd find a way to get out of this maze. Perhaps Hanyu knows something I don't. I might just be a goldfish inside of a fishbowl. There might be no way for me to escape my fate. We're stuck alone inside of a fishbowl, yet every day I knock on the glass, believing that I can break it someday. Hanyu keeps telling me that I'm wasting my time. If I get hurt and die, she would have to survive all by herself inside the fishbowl. With that, I think I finally understand our difference of opinions. Hanyu has lived for a much longer time than I have. Because of that, she understands the walls of this infinitely spanning world better than I do. No matter how much I refute Hanyu, I can never refute the truth. Even so, I still have to believe in my own faith. I believe in a spear that will pierce the wall of fate. My faith will make that spear sharper than ever. We found Tomitake in the crowd and struck up a conversation with him to keep him around as long as we could. However, as soon as the festival ended, they tried to leave. If they left now, I'd never see them again. Mion tried insisting that stay at her house for the night, but Tomitake refused. Everyone tried various ways to stop them from being alone because the murderer might be around. However, we eventually started to believe that they wanted to be alone for adult reasons. And I wound up suggesting that we shouldn't interrupt the two lovebirds.
大丈夫だよリカちゃん。富武のおじさまだって男だよ。いざとなれば高野さんのために獅子奮迅の活躍をしてくれるよ。
そうよね。私に危機があったら二郎さんが体を張って守ってくださるのよね。
そのつもりだよ。
じゃあ私たちはもう行こう。もうだいぶ遅いよ。
ありがとうね、気を利かせてくれて。
くれぐれも誤解しないでくれよ。僕は診療所に忘れ物をしてるんだ。それで診療所の鍵は高野さんが持ってるから、高野さんと一緒に診療所に行くんだよ。
へえ、富武のおじさま、診療所で愛の語らいとは奥が深いです。違うよシオン。きっとナース服着てもらって撮影会なんだよ。
That's a good one. Crash, bang, wham.
ナース服でどんな写真撮るんだろう。太郎。
がっちり理解できてるなら照れ隠しに殴るのはやめろ。それからミオンとシオン、お前ら今までそんな目で富武さん見てたのか。
じゃあね、みんな。本当に忘れ物を取りに戻るだけだからね。ついてきちゃダメだよ。
富武、本当に用心するのですよ。
理科の心配しすぎではございませんの？はあ、
Everyone laughed when Sadako yawned. Seemed like a good time to call it a day. Doesn't feel like I was able to change their fate. I just hope that they pay attention and that they're prepared for whatever faces them. I still might have a chance. All I can do now is pray.
それじゃあ富武さん、またぜひその時は写真を見せてくださいね。
その罰ゲームのシャツ、ぜひ着てきてくださいね。
いいよ、美女との一夜、羨ましいね。ヒューヒュー。
またね、みんな。次に会うのは秋頃かな。
私たちが今夜殺されなければね。それじゃみんな、おやすみなさい。
おやすみなさい。
That was the best I could do on the night of Higurashi. Let's see what happens. I mean, we did all we could. Does fate change for the most common? Wait, what? Please tell me what happened this night. It's like a box with a cat inside. Please tell me what happened this night. I don't even know if the cat is alive or dead inside the box. Please tell me what happened this night. The cat in the box is dead. Pure nurse cat. Tomiki gathered up his paperwork, swept it inside his bag.
嫌にしつこかったね。そんなに僕らに死んでほしいのかな。
夢の話とはいえ迷惑な話よね。
入江所長にリカちゃんの検査を念入りに行った方がいいと言っておいてください。夢見の悪さは何かの予兆かもしれない。リカちゃんに何かあったら大変なことになるからね。
Takano touched Tomiki's hand gently. As he turned blood red, Takano moved in closer and spoke. The way she acts is just too sexy, Tomiki thought.
ねえ、次郎さん。とても真面目な話があるの。聞いてくださる？
なんだい？高野さんまで真面目な話があるってのかい？まさか高野さんまで僕が喉をかきむしって死ぬ夢を見たなんていうのはなしだよ。
そのまさかだとしたら？
え？
Ooh. Takano stared at him with a mischievous look, as if seducing him, probably, and started whispering into his ear.
驚いているのよ。あの子には本当に神通力があるのかもしれないってね。
それはどういうことだい？
Takano smiled gently, pulled back her hair. Even seeing her do that made Tomiki's heart race.
私、あなたのことが好きよ。
それは光栄だな。
Takano's fingers curled around Tomiki's chin, stroking, tickling, and caressing it. Her movements were very captivating and seductive.
いろいろな男と付き合ってきたけれど、野心も野生味も私には合わなかった。あなたのような固くて真面目な人が一番相性がいいって分かったの。
What, very shy and submissive?
あなたなら私のすべてを受け止めてくれる。
Yeah, submissive.
私のことを本当に理解してくれるって信じられるの。だからあなたにならミヨのすべてを捧げられる。私のすべてをあなたに抱き受けてもらいたいの。この気持ちがわかるかしら。
高野さん、急にどうしたんだい？
Her voice didn't really sound that affectionate. Tomiki knew from experience that he couldn't grasp what was on her mind when she wore a cold smile like that.
いよいよなの。もうじきなの。
It seemed as though she couldn't wait for something to happen. Ooh. The fuck are you, Takano? There was a chilling allure to her strange smile that made one question if something exciting was really about to happen.
何がもうじきなんだい？
Tomiki asked, trying hard to resist the temptation.
私の夢が叶う日がやってくるの。
Dream?
君の夢？
そう。私の夢。話したことがあったわよね。それとも私なんかが話したことは記憶に残らないのかしら？
いや、覚えてるよ。君の夢。
Tomiki's response was vague. Either he didn't remember, or he hadn't understood it very well.
いよいよお社様のたたりが現実のものとなる日がやってくる。その日こそが私の子供の頃からの夢が叶う日。
What?
二郎さん、聞いて。私はもうあなたと一緒にはいられないの。
え？それはどういう意味だい？
あなたと私は違う世界に住む存在なの。
Huh?
ここひなみ沢は人の世と鬼の世の接点だから、日の当たる世界のあなたと日の当たらない世界の私が出会えた。でももうそれが終わるの。陽光の降り注ぐ日中に訪れた束の間の月食が日の当たる世界の人間と日の当たらない世界の鬼を引き合わせた。私が何を言っているかわかるかしら？
Can't understand half the shit you say, Takano.
高野さん、まだビールが抜けないのかい？酔ってるね。
お別れの夜が来たの。
Farewells.
日の当たる世界を教えてくれてありがとう。
Huh?
あなたの温かさは日だまりの温かさだったわ。騙し合ったり疑い合ったりしない本当に温かい関係だった。
Was I right in saying Takano murdered Tomiki? Because I feel like by this point in the next scene, when I click this button, Tomiki is going to get stabbed. By either syringe or a knife. Maybe both.
だから あなたと別れるのがとても惜しい。
She pulled herself away from Tomiki and slowly stepped back, as if signaling the time had come for them to part.
君が何を言っているのかわからない。何の話なんだい、高野さん。
だからあなたに選んでほしい。私のそばにいることを選んで、日の当たる世界のすべてを捨てる勇気を見せてほしい。あなたが私の耳元でささやいてくれたことがどれも本当だったなら、二郎さんに戸惑いはないはず。
By that time, Tomiki understood that Takano was asking him to make an important decision.
まさか君は。
そのまさかなの、二郎さん。
You're what? Tomiki got up from his seat and looked Takano straight in the eyes. There was a faint glimmer of hostility within those eyes.
私より仕事が大事なの、やっぱり。
信じられない。君のことを信じていたのに。
Those words were ones of rejection. Takano's lips twisted into a cruel smile.
お社様は人と鬼を融和したそうだけど、そのお社様でも私とあなたを融和することはできなさそうね。
Takano slowly opened the door. 6 men in overalls were standing there at the ready. Oh, shit. Tomiki was frozen in shock. The 6 men walked up to Tomiki with no expressions on their faces. It was immediately obvious that they were going to do something to harm him.
これは何の真似だ。
ひなみ沢症候群は導火線に火がついた爆弾と同じ。
Himizawa syndrome?
それが爆発する前に東京はあなたに爆弾を解体してしまうことを命じた。でもね、東京にはこの爆弾が派手に爆発して欲しがっている人もいるの。
What?
バカな。そんなことをして誰が何の得をするんだ。
得のないことをする人なんてこの世にはいないわ。損得があるからベクトルが生まれる。だから私を前にそれを問うことは無意味ね。
信じられない。そんなバカなことを考えている連中がいるのかい。ひなみ沢症候群はとても危険な病気であることは君も知っているはずだ。
So that's the disease? The Himizawa syndrome?
そうよ。爆発すればとても大変なことになる。だからこそ東京も失態を隠しきれない。
君はその連中に買収されたというのか。
Faction?
元からそういう目的で送り込まれているの。申し訳ないわね。出会った時から私とあなたは住む世界が違ったの。
Fucking double agent?
それで僕をどうするつもりだ。
あなたの協力があれば私の仕事はとても楽になるわ。もちろんそれはあなたにとっては裏切り行為にあたる。
僕に寝返れというつもりか。
二郎さん、私にささやいてくれた愛が本当なら黙って私に協力してはくださらないかしら。もちろん報酬は望みのまま。あなたが私を望むならば一生をあなたに捧げてあげる。 あなたが望むとき、あなたの望むところであなたの望むように。で、私はあなただけのもの。あなたのためだけに独り占めをしていいのよ。私もあなたにならあなただけの女になってあげてもいい。ねえ、私の心にあなた自身を住まわせてみたいとは思わない？
Jesus. Her words were a kind of assault, directly hammering at the emotions men had difficulty resisting. No fucking kidding, man. They were like an evil spell to control his heart. Upon hearing them, Tomiki felt an unknown sensation wash up his spine as his feet froze in place, entranced. However, he forced himself to resist the temptation. He sealed the cracks in his wall of reason to stop Takano from forcefully entering his heart.
断る。
She had known from the start that Tomiki was going to refuse her. Even so, Takano wept out a triumphant laugh. It's funny. She thought Tomiki would refuse right away. However, it took him a while to refuse because of how effective she was at seducing him. The time it took him to refuse her was one of victory for Takano. For Tomiki, it was a time of humiliation. Takano continued to laugh. She sounded rather like an evil witch. Another fucking mention of witches.
そう言うと思ったわ。それでこそ私の大好きな二郎さんよ。
Who the fuck is this? Takano raised up her right hand and gave a signal to the mountain dogs.
おこのひくん、君も寝返ったのか。
失礼しますね、富武二殿。
二郎さんも鈍いわね。山犬は初めから私の部下よ。
Oh, son of a bitch. It was probably the mountain dog in chapter 3 that fucking poisoned Dr. Ure.
この診療所は最初から私たちが掌握している。
Shit.
知らないのはあなたと入江所長だけよ。
Shit. Tomiki moved into action, sensing the danger that was about to befall him. His fist thrust out as quick as lightning, knocking one man down before he could even blink. However, the other mountain dogs certainly weren't going to just stay there and watch. They all attacked him as one. He tried to strike back with an elbow, but he simply couldn't overcome the difference in numbers. Tomiki tried his best, but soon enough the mountain dogs had wrestled him to the ground.
くそー、離せ、離せんか。
こいつジタバタすんな。
They pinned him down so that he couldn't even move an inch.
さすがね、二郎さん。6人がかりでも手こずらせるなんて素敵よ。
Takano walked over and smiled while looking down at Tomiki.
ねえ、二郎さん。どうせ断るんでしょうけれど、私の自己満足のためにもう一度聞かせてね。やっぱり意見を変えて、私の味方になってはくれないのかしら。
無駄だ。君の仲間にはならない。
その一言が欲しかったの。私の未練を断ち切るためにね。
Takano was holding a small case in her hands. She opened it and showed Tomiki what was inside.
その注射は。
いやね。想像がついてるくせに。
バカ。すべて破棄したはず。
Destroyed them.
二郎さん、あ あなたはこう思っているでしょう。たとえ破棄した例の注射だとしても、自分は予防薬を投与済みだから注射されても免疫があるはず。そうでしょ。だから怯えてないのよね。あなたが今回ひなみ沢に来た時に投与された予防薬はね、違うのよ。あなたは今自覚してないだろうけども、すでにレベル3クラスで感染してる立派なひなみ沢症候群の潜在患者なの。二郎さん、注射するとき目を背ける癖があるでしょ。ダメよ。
Shit.
自分に何の注射がされてるか毎回ちゃんと確認した方がいいわよ。
くそー、離せや。
Tomiki struggled to get away, but he simply couldn't move. Upon seeing his sorry state, Takano laughed with glee.
H173 は二郎さんもよくご存知のはずよね。投与することで感染し、かつ興奮状態を誘発することで疑似的にレベル5を発症させる。
Okay.
どれだけ劇的な効果があったかは二郎さんもご覧になってたんじゃないかしら。被験者は盛んに頸部液下のかゆみを訴えていたわね。過去の症例の文献から見ると、どうもレベル5発症時にリンパ節に異常なかゆみを訴えるケースがあるみたい。抗原抗体反応の一種かもしれないわね。だから二郎さん、あなた運が良ければリカちゃんが予言した通りの死に方ができるわよ。自傷で自ら死ぬか、それとも脳を憎悪で焼かれて廃人になるか。あなたはどちらになるのかしらねえ、二郎さん。
やめろ、やめろー。
Jesus.
これじゃあお注射は難しいわね。眠らせてあげて。
One of the men covered Tomiki's mouth with a towel soaked in some kind of chemical. He tried to fight it off with all his might, but his strength eventually left him, and he became as quiet as a beached whale. Takano stroked his face to make sure that he couldn't resist. Then she brought the needle towards his throat. She pushed it right into his skin. As she squeezed down on the syringe's plunger, the skin surrounding the tip of the needle swelled up. Eventually, the contents were absorbed into his body.
さよなら、二郎さん。次に目が覚めるときは楽しい悪夢の世界にいるのかしらね。
The mountain dogs finally got off of him. He couldn't even twitch.
誰か彼を私の車のトランクに運んで。
Two of the men lifted up Tomiki and carried him outside.
そうそう。彼の愛用の自転車も一緒だときっと喜ぶでしょうね。地獄へ行っても好きなだけサイクリングができる。
The mountain dogs all quietly laughed at the joke.
ではこれより終末作戦を開始します。
They stopped laughing as she began to speak.
お好みは以後の連絡を待て。入江所長から目を離すな。あとフルで理科にも注意してね。どんな第六感か知らないけど、少なくとも彼の死に方だけもっと研究したかったけど残念ね。
了解ですわ。こちらはお任せください。 道中はお気をつけて。
気をつけるほどもない旅よ。ところで入江所長は？
祭りの後の打ち上げ中でしょう。まだ神社の敷地内にいるとのことですね。
あの研究しかできない坊やがどう取り乱すか見れないのが残念ね。
Mountain Dog started laughing again, too. Takano checked the time on her watch. It was nearly 10 p.m. Most people must have left the festival for home. Those people still there were probably enjoying the after party while getting drunk inside the shrine. It was a good time for her to leave without being seen by anyone.
では私も出発するわ。死んでくるわね。
Son of a bitch. After saying that, she left the clinic alone. She left through the back door. She left amid the moonlight, the singing of insects, and the sound of the river. It was a typical night in Himizawa. While enjoying all these sensations, Takano got inside her car. Tomoki was sleeping inside the trunk. His bicycle, on the other hand, was loaded into her back seat. How ironic. Your bicycle has a better seat than you. I'll let you out of there soon. I should leave him by the road that leads to Okayama. That'll be a good spot. Takano found a good place to drop him off, but she gave up on it, as there was a police cruiser parked in the area. She figured that they were probably patrolling to make sure the 50 years curse didn't happen. Good job, officers. No one would ever suspect that there's a curse packed in my trunk right now. Takano drove onto Westwood streets with rougher roads. Eventually, the mountain road ended, and she was surrounded by darkness. There were rice fields nearby. She could tell by the sound of the croaking frogs. Takano parked her car by the pitch-black roadside. She had to stop here, otherwise she'd be too close to her residential area. Indeed, she was nearly in Okayama. She would have dumped him earlier, but the police cruiser had foiled that plan. Takano pulled Tomoki out of the trunk and left him by the road. She also left him his bicycle. Tomoki let out a small groan. Probably wouldn't be long until he woke up. Wait. Does this imply? Oh my fucking god, in chapter 3, Tomoki was literally in her fucking trunk. He was literally in her fucking trunk in chapter 3. Because she had his bicycle. Tomoki was literally like, Kechi was 5 feet away from that's fucking insane. Holy shit. Oh my god. Also, all of this shit is, oh my god. It's so much information that I haven't been talking a lot because I'm in shock. I'm in fucking shock. So Takano is so dedicated to this cause that she's willing to kill herself for it. In a fucking gruesome way, by the way. Burning herself alive in an oil drum to make it seem like not a suicide. Well, she did. Maybe she fucking strangled herself, or probably help from the mountain dogs to burn herself alive in order to clear suspicious for her, because she's dead. There's no way someone would strangle themselves to death and burn themselves alive in a fucking oil drum. And that's why the mountain dogs have like never been a factor before in like helping out like Rika. Because, they want her dead. Shit, it's easy to kill a young girl with 6 specially trained men. Isn't that fucking wild? There really was a secret organization. there really was a disease. There was a disease, a secret organization, all along. I guess I was kind of right in that whole director theory, huh? I was right. There was a secret organization that's planning to... Hell, they could be a cult. Sounds like it. The Doomsday cult that's trying to explode Himizawa and let out an outbreak of the Himizawa syndrome that will cause the deaths of hundreds of people, as we've seen before. But why? That's the biggest question now. We know the who. We know the how. Question is motive. Why? Who does this benefit? What does this actually accomplish by letting the Himizawa syndrome break out? It's not that... So the question is, what the hell exactly is the Himizawa syndrome, and what causes it? That's my biggest question about the disease. What exactly causes it? Obviously, it's called the Himizawa syndrome, but what causes it? Is it something? It's obviously a very mental. No, it's not a mental disease, because you can put it into a fucking syringe and inject it into somebody. So is it actually something in the water of like Himizawa? But why would they release it? Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's just, ooh, it's all hitting me. It's all hitting me, man. It's fucking... Yeah, maybe in like chapter 3 they just went fucking... I don't know. I gotta rewatch chapter 3. Be honest with this new information. Because, obviously, Irai's quote-unquote suicide in chapter 3, by this point, it's not fucking suicide. They just, like, force-feed him a bunch of fucking pills until he dropped dead. What was the other thing that was weird? Rika, probably murdered by the mountain dogs. What was the other thing? What was the other weird thing about chapter 3? Well, still doesn't explain the whole... There was another catchy there. I still think, it was a cover by Himizawa, but I don't know. But, yeah, this... Holy shit. We finally learned what happens on Monogatari. Whole year later. I've been waiting a fucking year for this shit, and well, here it is. And I'm shocked. Like, I'm in shock. It's the best way to describe it. You probably wouldn't be long until he woke up.
さよなら、ジローさん。あなたのギクシャクした恋の語りも楽しかったわ。もっと聞かせてもらいたかったから、とても残念よ。もうじきあなたは目を覚ますわ。その頃にはあなたはレベル5の末期を迎えてる。あなたは錯乱の挙句、きっと哀れな死に方をするでしょうね。氏脇病が語るように、やはりあなたも喉をかきむしって死ぬのかしら。それを観察できないのがとても残念。そしてあなたの異常な死と私の失踪はこの地に5年目のたたりとして刻まれるでしょう。そうしてお社様のたたりはますます強固なものとなって残る。その礎となれるなんて、次郎さん、 これはとても名誉なことなのよ。
Firmly established. Were they... This organization, this faction, they were behind all the murders. The reason why they've been doing it is so they can establish a curse. And once they do volcanic gas on the village, the mass hysteria of the curse will spread the Hinazawan syndrome. That will cause more deaths in the long run. I mean, that's how they do it, but still, what the fuck's the motive?
あなたはこれから命ある身を捨てて永遠の存在の一部となれるのだから。
That was her last farewell to Tomitake. Takano got back inside her car and started driving. She could see the place she left Tomitake in her rearview mirror, but it was already shrouded in darkness. Takano drove through the main street of Okayama and made a few turns, heading for the dark mountains in the distance. It had been a while since she left Himizawa. It was almost midnight. She might have already made it to the neighboring prefecture. It was difficult to tell because she couldn't really see anything in the darkness. Takano stopped her car in the middle of all that. After turning off both the engine and the headlights, there was really nothing but darkness surrounding her. It was as if time itself had stopped. Takano wasn't sure how long she waited, but eventually she saw the headlights of a car blinking twice. She blinked her own headlights back at it. Soon she saw several people walking toward her. Two men wearing blue overalls knocked on the window of Takano's car. Obligingly, she opened it. They looked over her face and the paperwork they had in their hands.
ご苦労様。高野よ。
After confirming their identification, they called someone over the radio.
本部どうぞ。ヒナを確保。尾行ないか。
尾行はなし。後方400メートルクリア。
尾行はありません。お疲れ様でした。どうぞ指揮者へ。書類をお預かりします。
Command vehicle.
書類カバンはトランクの中よ。これが鍵。あとコーヒーがもらいたいわね。入れてくださる？
Oh, shit. The command vehicle was a trailer with a bunch of high-tech communication equipment inside. The light of the electric equipment shone beautifully in the dark.
さあさあ、コーヒーです。どうぞ。
Another man in blue overalls offered her a paper cup.
ありがとう。私の死体の方は大丈夫？
現地にて偽装終了との連絡が入っております。
Fucking course, it's a fake body.
現地？隣の県の山中でドラム缶に放り込まれて焼け死になのかしら？
死因までは確認させます。
Operation Doomsday. That was the name of their mission. The goal of the operation's first stage was Takano's escape from Himizawa and the extraction of 18 specific classified documents. That goal had been completed. Assassinating the Y-san from Tokyo, Tomiki, was also one of the goals. That one had also been completed in the way Takano had planned. He was not killed that way just because Takano had wanted to see it. It was intentionally planned that way so that the offense in Tokyo would be suspicious of the Iurei Institute. They were trying to create the story that the Institute was upset with the recent budget cuts and the cancellation of their study. Tomiki's mysterious death would be a suitable way to persuade people. Tomiki was not the only one who was expected to die. Takano was expected to do so as well. However, Takano didn't really need to die herself. They had acquired a substitute body for her, so she didn't have to actually die. Takano had no idea how they got the body. According to what she heard, Team and Jufu took care of everything. Once Tomiki and Takano were dead, Tokyo would definitely grow suspicious of the Iurei Institute. The main purpose of this mission was to make the Institute look reckless.
申し訳ありません、ササ。現地の工作班で問題が発生したようです。
問題？どうしたのかしら？
偽装死体の選別にミスがあったそうです。死後24時間経過していたとか。
Oh, fuck, motherfucker, dude.
あら、するとどういうことになるのかしら？
Oh, son of a bitch, fucking doubles.
つまりサンサは昨日すでに亡くなられていたことになってしまいます。
Takano's body was supposed to be selected from the corpse of people who had died the same day. The plan was to then burn the body and make identification of the corpse more difficult. They found a suitable body for the plan. However, they just found out that it had been dead for over a day. That would create a hole in their plans.
現地の方で現在収集に当たっていますので。
いいわ。その死体を私ということにしなさい。
は。しかしそれでは。
ひなみ沢を滅びに導くお社様の使いが実は前日に死んでいて、祭りの当日には死者として歩き回っていたか。面白い。それは実に面白いわね。
Takano laughed with satisfaction for a while. The other people in the vehicle couldn't understand why Takano was laughing so much. Takano continued to laugh as if it was the funniest thing she'd ever heard.
構わない。現地にはそれを私にしろと伝えなさい。そのくらいのズレがあった方が面白いわ。
よろしいのですか。万が一ということも。
万が一なんてないわ。だって高野美代は現に今日たとえ検視の結果死後24時間以上経っていると出たっておめでたい連中は検視結果の方が間違ってると思ってくれるわよ。
Takano almost seemed to be enjoying the risk.
了解。現場へその旨連絡します。
それより私の死体はドラム缶の中で焼かれていたの？
はい。高速道路近くの山中でドラム缶の中で焼けていたのを発見されたそうです。
Takano seemed surprised to hear that from him. Then she started laughing strangely again. Nobody could figure out why she was laughing like that.
なるほど。お社様の生まれ変わりは伊達じゃないということなのね。あの子にはやはり人知の及ばない何かがあるということを認めなければならない。南沢の山犬に R の監視体制を厳重にするように連絡を。
了解。
失礼します。沖宮警察が 富武の遺体を発見したとの無線を傍受しました。
発見したわね。いよいよ始まるわよ。
おいさん、先生が到着してます。
ああ、どうもどうも。どうですか、入江の先生。
Oh, she entered the area enclosed by a blue tarp. And there, people from forensics were taking pictures of the dead body from various angles. Yuri was squatting down next to the dead body of Jiro Tomoke. When he stood up, he was white as a sheet.
信じられません。
そりゃ私だって信じられませんよ。初見で見た限り、仏は喉をかきむしっています。それも自分の手でです。こいつはまっとうな死に方じゃない。十中八九、何らかのヤバめな薬物でしょう。
彼は何らかの薬物の常習者だったということでしょうか。
さあねえ。そいつを調べるのはどうやら我々の仕事になりそうです。
The reason why Yuri was so fucking shocked wasn't just because of it being Tomoki that died. It's because of how the way he died. Because of the drug. Because of the Hinazawa syndrome.
大石さん、この角材は
多分仏が振り回したんじゃないかと思います。で、途中で捨てて喉をかくのが楽しくなっちゃったんじゃないかと。
角材を何のために振り回したんでしょう。
自衛のためと考えるのが一番自然だと思います。仏の体に外傷がいくつかあるのに気づいてます？
ええ、打撲傷を思わせる跡がいくつか散見できます。
ってことは、一番考えられるストーリーは、仏が祭り終了後、沖宮へ帰る途中、ここで何者かに襲われた。
God damn, that's so smart. Fucking sedate him, move him to a different location, make us think he was attacked outside and not inside. Because if he was attacked inside, it would cast suspicion on the building. Have no reason to investigate the clinic. Oh, motherfucker.
それで取り押さえられて怪しげな注射とかそういうのをされて、その結果錯乱させられて死に至らしめられた。
喉をかきむしるように誘導できる薬物なんて聞いたことがありません。
私もそっちは専門じゃありませんが、何らかの中毒による異常行動に自傷行為ってあるらしいじゃないですか。まあその辺はうちの鑑識のじいさまが調べてくれるでしょ
う。おいさん、失礼します。ここから数百メートルのところに富武二郎のものと思われる自転車が見つかりました。
おお、そうですか。ありがとうございます。何か手がかりとかは？
いえ、初見では特には。今鑑識が言ってます。
じゃあつまりその自転車があった場所が襲撃場所と考えていいんでしょうね。
Leave the fucking bicycle to son of a bitch. Motherfucker.
それで戦ったり逃げたりしてここまで来た。
God damn it. God fucking damn it. Oshi frowned, crossing his arms in front of his chest. Yuri was looking at the miserable corpse of Tomoki, and he kept saying the same thing.
ありえない。絶対にありえない。
Didn't he fucking say that before? Back in chapter fucking like 6 or something? Yeah, I think he fucking did, yeah. Now it makes more fucking sense. Ire knew right away that Tomoki's death was caused by the terminal symptoms of Himizawa syndrome. Yup. Motherfucker. He hadn't swung the 2x4 at a real person, but probably saw some kind of hallucination due to the L5 symptoms. Viral reaction to hallucinations is one of the clearest characteristics of the terminal stage. However, Tomoki supposedly took a vaccine before he came to the village. There was no way he could weave L5 symptoms in such a short period of time. Ire didn't want to believe it, but it was obvious that someone intentionally injected him with the pathogen. The pathogen must have been strong enough to give him L5 symptoms immediately. The only drug that could do that is H173, a chemical weapon that induces an acute onset of symptoms. It makes people hallucinate, which inevitably leads to a horrible death. It's the absolute worst kind of demon. However, they had destroyed all of it due to its dangerous nature. All that was left were helpful chemicals such as vaccines and treatment drugs. Tomoki was their liaison from Tokyo. Whoever killed him must have had full knowledge about him and this drug. How would that person know he was their liaison? It was then that Ire thought of Takano. Takano is also a watchdog from Tokyo. She's something like a superintendent. It was quite possible that something bad had happened to her too.
そうだ。高野さんは
Fucking make a dead body of Takano to cast no fucking suspicious on her as the damn traitor.
高野さんはどうなったんです？
え？ああ、お宅の看護師さんの。
多分富武さんと一緒だったと思うんです。高野さんは無事なんですか？
先生、彼女の電話番号はわかります？
もちろんです。
熊ちゃん、入江の先生に電話番号を聞いて署から在宅確認を取らせてください。
了解っす。先生、番号を。
はい。よろしいですか？
Kumagai got the phone number, repeated it to make sure he got it right, and dashed out of the blue tent.
先生、高野さんと仏は確か親しい仲でしたよね。
ええ。
何かトラブルがあったとか、そういうのは聞いたことがあります？
まさか。聞いたことないです。仲のいい二人でした。
Tomoki and Takano weren't just in a close relationship. They were co-workers sent from Tokyo. They had access to information that even Ire didn't. There's no way there was trouble between them.
何事もなけりゃいいんですがね。下手すりゃ仏か、それとも星か。なるほど。看護師なら怪しげな薬物を取り扱えてもおかしくはないですよね。
そんな薬品はうちの診療所にはありませんし、あったとしても厳重に保管されています。高野さんに持ち出せるわけがない。
それでも一般人よりは容易でしょ。
ですからそもそもそんな薬物は聞いたことがないし、当診療所にも存在しません。
Because they were all destroyed. Ire made clumsy excuses while he tried to piece it together what was going on. However, Ire had no means of knowing the state of affairs in Tokyo, and he couldn't reach any further conclusions. So it was easy to laugh at him, as though he's a frog trapped in a well.
大石さん、留守のようです。署の待機組の方で直接訪問すると言ってます。
先生、 すみませんが、高野さんの住所を教えてください。まじゃあ、それプラス県警に今夜出た身元不明の女性死体がないか確認を取ってください。あるいは県外の可能性もあるな。課長に近県にも同様に身元不明の女性死体が出てないか確認を取るよう伝えてください。
It's crazy how Takano pretty much had all this pretty well planned out, and this organization is big.
了解っす。
It is absolutely huge.
沖宮警察が現地の県警本部への接触を開始。サンサ、よろしいのですね。
ええ、構わないわ。そのままで行きなさい。どうせすぐに週末よ。
Doomsday? Why would they want Doomsday?
誰かが一人くらい死亡時刻を疑ったって、誰かが耳を貸す前に全てが滅ぶ。
Sure, God, if the chapter ended as soon as. If the game crashed right before the chapter ended, I'm gonna be very mad. Okay, good. The day after one Higurashi, Oshi showed up at our school. It isn't uncommon for Oshi to show up here today. Interestingly, he always asks to see the most key person in that world. He asks for catching the world where he gets sick. He asks for running the world where she gets sick. In this world, he asks for me.
富武が死にましたか。
ええ、ちょっと尋常じゃない死に方でしてね。薬物か何かで錯乱状態だったんじゃないかと思います。自分で自分の喉をかき破るというショッキングな亡くなり方でした。
やはり抗えないのか。
There's nothing I can do now. I knew this was going to happen. Sure, Takano is dead too.
高野は
I mean, who would have guessed that the second victim was the murderer of the first victim? Except I did. I called it, baby. I was always suspicious of Takano since fucking day one. God damn it.
彼女についても残念なご連絡があります。
Now, did I predict from day one that she would be a major of a secret organization that's trying to release a virus on Japan? Unfortunately, I didn't have that exactly great foresight.
隣の県の山中で焼死体で発見されました。死体の状況から多分考察された後に焼かれたんじゃないかと思っているのですが、どちらにせよ気の毒な話です。
大石の考えは分かってますです。僕が何か知っていると思っているんでしょう。
いやいや、まさかまさか。疑うとしたらこの一点だけです。あの人混みの中で小耳に挟めるようなところでこんな物騒な話をする人がいるわけがない。
僕が何かの陰謀の片棒を担いでると思っていますですか。
と思い込みたいところですが、それも引っ込めました。本当にその気ならあなたは私にあんな入れ知恵をすることはなかったんですからね。少なくとも今回の事件を起こそうと考えた何者かとは相対する位置にいると思ってます。
それが本当ならとても嬉しいのです。
Oshi threw a 10 yen coin into the offering box and shook the bell in prayer.
どうか今年こそ平見沢村連続開始事件を終わらせられますように。
Well, I think we did solve the mystery. I think we actually fucking did solve the mystery. We know who's behind it now. We know who the culprit is. We don't know the organization's name. We know how they did it, when they did it. Now the question is why? Why do all this? That's been my number one question for a long time. Even when I thought I was the director, I always wondered why. What the hell is the motive?
そのために僕に協力しろと。
今のはお社様にお願いしたんですよ。
Oh, she's well aware that people call me the reincarnation of Oshiro-sama. That must have been his attempt at a joke.
僕もこんなたたりはもう金輪際にしてほしいと思っていますです。
おや、ならフルデさんと私の求めるところは一致するようですね。
僕は昨日富武の死体が見つかりそうなところを予言しましたです。そこにパトカーはいなかったのですか？
いいえ、ちゃんと巫女様の予言に従って配置しました。ほら、細道路と砂利道の境目になっているあたりがあるじゃないですか。通称村境とか呼ばれているあたりです。あそこら辺はとても暗いですからね。何かヤバいことの起こりそうな匂いが一番プンプンするあたりです。
では富武の死体はどこで？
配置場所よりももっとずっと沖宮寄りの水田地帯の路肩です。
That's not where his body is usually found. If he was fated to hallucinate and die, he would die in exactly the same spot, whether the cruiser was there or not. Just because the cruiser was placed there, Toki's body was found in a totally different spot. In other words, the existence of the police cruiser disrupted that fate.
でですね、ここからがちょいと面白い話になります。パトにはですね、私通る車もチェックさせたんです。そしたら高野の車が祭りの終わった後、沖宮方向へ通過したんですよ。
Oh shit. Takano lives in Okayama. It wouldn't have been strange for her to head back home after the festival.
ただ乗ってたのは一人だったんです。富武は乗っていなかった。
富武はひなみ沢にはいつも自転車で来ますから。
なら自転車をトランクに積んで車に乗せてもらうのが普通じゃありませんか。ですが富武は一緒じゃなかった。にもかかわらず富武の死体はひなみ沢からパトを越えて沖宮の方の水田地帯で見つかる。
つまり
あの真っ暗な中、森の中を突き進んでパトを迂回したなんてできる芸当ではありません。だとしたらパトに気づかれずに街道を抜けるしか考えられない。古出さん、高野と仏の関係について教えていただけませんか。
恋人同士、それしか知らないです。
高野がね、恋人との最後の夜の仰せを一人で帰るというのが腑に落ちないんです。
How one little change. How one little change can disrupt so much. Butterfly effect in action, baby.
富武はその時トランクの中に詰められていて、あの真っ暗な森の中に捨てようとした。だがお告げのパトカーがたまたまそこにいちゃったもんで仕方なくそこを通り抜け、もっと先で富武を捨てた。
Both Tomiki and Takano were sent here from Tokyo. I have no idea what their real identities are. I can't say that Takano had no reason to kill Tomiki. However, I've never considered that possibility before in my life. Takano killing Tomiki? But why? Can't think of any reason. Nothing comes to mind. It's hard to imagine Takano was cornered to the point she had to kill him. In fact, it was more plausible to think she was enraged when the lovesick Tomiki acted cold towards her and she strangled his neck.
私はあのカップル、どことなく不釣り合いだなってずっと思ってました。こう言っちゃ富武君に失礼ですが、高野さんでは荷が勝ちすぎているんじゃないかなってずっと思ってました。高野が富武を何かに利用しようとして近づいていたとか、そういう話を村の中で聞いたことはありませんかね。
ないです。でも話は聞いてみようと思いますです。何か分かったら大石にも知らせますです。
ありがとうございます。村の内部に詳しい方、それも御三家の当主でお社様の生まれ変わりの協力がいただければ鬼に金棒ですよ。
But even the reincarnation of Oshiro-sama couldn't solve this mystery for over 100 years.
でもその高野も殺されたのですよ。どういうことなのですか？
私はもしあなたから垂れ込み、おっと、お告げを聞いていなかったら、多分きっと富武と高野は共に犠牲者で、お社様のたたりの5年目ってことになったんだろうと思い込んだと思います。ですがこうなってくるとどうも違う。どうやらこいつはお社様のたたりの5年目ってことにしようとした巧妙な事件のように見えてきました。
つまり高野が犯人。
Basically, this is what Oshi's trying to say. They're not both victims. The couple is also pretending to be a victim. This is really hard for me to believe. I can't think of any reason why Takano would do something like this. Oshi only feels the way he does because he doesn't know her as well as I do. For another thing, how can he explain that Takano's body was found? Didn't the police in Gifu Prefecture identify the body?
焼死体の識別には歯型照合が最も有効だと言われています。
Yeah.
ただうちの鑑識のじじいが言うにはそれでも 100% じゃないという。まあそれよりおかしいのが現場の県警鑑識の死亡時刻なんです。当初死亡時刻が合わなかったらしいんです。
死亡時刻が合わない。
ねえ、祭りの前夜にはもう殺されてたっていう鑑識が出ちゃったらしいんです。内容物とかそういうのから調べるらしいですね。ですがこの時点で岐阜さんには高野の話をしちゃってたんです。だからお隣の県警さん、綿流しの日に彼氏とデートしてたはずの死体が死後24時間では話が合わないって言って、その鑑定結果を握りつぶしちゃったらしい。死亡時刻の鑑定なんかより死体の歯型鑑定の方がよっぽど精度が高いですからね。まあ現場にはたまにある話です。ですが高野が犯人かもしれないって目で見てみると、
死体をごまかすことなんて可能なのですか？
焼死体の鑑定は基本的に歯型以外は絶望的です。例えばこれは推理小説的な荒技ですが、沖宮のデンタルクリニックに残されていた高野美代の歯型のカルテ、これが巧妙な手口で捏造されていたら誤認もあり得る。
I wouldn't be surprised.
まあそんなのは抜きにして、単純にお隣の県警さんが高野に間違いないと決めつけてしまった可能性の方が高いですが。 警察組織内では往々にして初動時の鑑定ミスが後々まで尾を引くことが少なくない。伝説的な冤罪事件のほとんどはこれに起因します。私はどうやらその可能性が拭えない気がする。
つまり高野は生きてる？
高野美代は先日以来車ごと行方不明です。現地の死体が高野でないなら、これはなんだか面白そうな話になってきます。
Yuri had already heard about the deaths of Tomitake and Takano. It seemed like both the clinic and the office in Tokyo had flown into a panic over it. It's funny how they make such a big fuss about their own people when they don't care about what happens to other people's lives if it would get in the way of their research. Takano's subordinate, I'm going to butcher this. Okonogi. I'm gonna get fucking bitch traps in comments. I already know it. Okonogi. Goddamn. Okonigi. Oko. Okonogi? Oko? I'll just call him Oko. Oko was in the room. Okonogi is the leader of the mountain dogs. I came here to make sure he's still willing to protect me. Based on past experience, they tend to lose interest in protecting me after Takano dies. Okonogi. Okay, I was actually kind of saying right.
高野が死んでしまいましたですが、僕は大丈夫なのですか？
Okonogi.
大丈夫ですよ、リカさん。我々が今後も厳重に警護してますんで。ですから、警察に頼ろうとしなくても問題ないです。
Man, good thing they never showed this guy's portrait like any other because I would have been suspicious of this motherfucker. I guess this is part of that tight security. They must have been listening to my conversation with Oshi.
大石に聞きました。高野が実は死んでいないというのは本当ですか？
まさか。現地の県警の正式な発表ですね。大石という刑事は今年で定年。お社様のたたりを何とか解決したい一心で、何でも話をおかしくしようとする癖がありよります。あいつの言うことに耳を貸さん方がいいでしょう。
Well, he's not wrong. This year's Oshi's last chance. Because he's so desperate, he's developed a bad habit of listening to every rumor he hears.
では、おこのぎはこの事件をどう見ていますですか？
現在、上が調査してますんで、いい加減なことは言えません。殺された二人の関係を知る以上、内部犯行の可能性が極めて高いっちゅうんは間違いないんじゃないかと。
I glanced over at Ira as I listened to Okonogi speak. It seemed that whoever he was talking to over the phone was accusing them of killing them. Ira is frantically trying to prove his innocence. Soon enough, he hung up the phone. Ira looked upset that he was under suspicion after working so hard for an organization.
ああ、リカさん。すみませんね。だいぶお待たせして。
入江も大変なことになったようなのです。
お聞きになった通りです。富武さんたちの死は何かの陰謀による可能性が非常に高いです。そして東京はその黒幕が私であると思っているようです。まったくどうしてそういう方向になるのか大いに疑問です。
I rarely ever saw Ira get so emotional. He must be feeling as though all this effort is being repaid with injustice. However, it's a fact that Irie was trying to fight against the budget cuts and downsizing of his research team. Tokyo is thinking that it could be his motive for killing them. In any case, everyone in the organization is suspicious.
リカさんの心配は分かってます。高野さんたちを殺した何者かが次にあなたを狙わないとは限らないですからね。東京もそこは特に気にしていました。
山犬にもあなたの警護体制を最高にするよう命令が来ています。ご安心してくださいね。
それが聞ければ僕は少し安心なのです。
Yeah, trust Okogniki, Okogniki, Okoniki. Fuck. Look at that trustful face. That very trustful face. That's the face of a trustful ally. This was the first time the Mountain Dogs have ever tightened up my security. They usually become so busy keeping tabs in Irie after Tomitake and Takano's deaths that they end up ignoring me. Even though they're dead, I'm still in a pretty favorable situation.
高野たちを殺した犯人に心当たりはないのですか？
東京の皆さんも調べられています。状況を見る限り内部事情に精通した人間の仕業です。どうやら真っ先に疑われたのは私のようです。
富武にああいう死に方をさせられるのは入江だけなのです。
そんなことはありません。おそらく東京の方も H173 の話をしているのでしょうが、あれは危険な目的での研究が中止された時全て破棄されたはずです。あんなことは不可能だ。
ですが所長、こういうことが起こってしまった以上、東京は疑わざるを得ません。それに富武氏には予防薬があらかじめ与えられていたはずにもかかわらず発症したんです。
天文学的低確率で起こった偶然だとしか言えません。とにかく絶対そんなことはありえないんです。
Yuri is usually a very calm person, but once the people in Tokyo start suspecting him, he often loses his mind.
高野が犯人ということはありませんですか？高野なら内部の人間です。
高野さんがまさか。
But as he spoke, Yuri also started to realize that everything could be explained if Takano was the culprit. But I don't know how to persuade him that it's the truth. More than anything, people want to hear a motive. Not who did something, but why. Knowing that probably isn't as important as it sounds. After all, you never know the motive unless the suspect talks. Guessing about the motive is just a waste of time. In other words, it's stupid to assume that Takano isn't the culprit just because I don't know what her motive is.
リカさん、確証もないことを言っちゃいけませんね。あれだけ親切にしてくれたんじゃないんですか？それを疑っちゃ悪いですね。
Upon hearing me be ungrateful towards his boss, a code oh my god, I probably got it right the first time. Now I can't say it ever fucking again. What a curse I bear. A Konogi flashed me an unpleasant smile. It's true that Takano was very nice to me. It might be disrespectful in me to suspect her. However, I still can't trust her completely yet. Perhaps I've developed the same bad habit as Oshi. Am I believing every crazy theory I hear just because I'm desperate to escape from my fate?
とにかく私たちの身近で何か良くないことが起こりつつあるのは間違いありません。用心するに越したことはないでしょ
う。ご心配なく。所長に対する警護体制も最高にするよう命令を受けておりますね。
Yuri smiled bitterly. For him, their protection wouldn't be too different from stalking.
リカさんも警察には不用意なことを喋らないようにお願いします。分かってると思いますが、場合によっては機密保持のため、厄介なことになるかもしれませんので。
He was implying that he'd have to kill anyone I talked to. This isn't the first time they've warned me about this. It's just, what if Takano really is the culprit? She is, and Okonogi is almost certainly involved too. Then it makes sense that he wouldn't want me to suspect Takano. But that would be horrifying. If Takano was my enemy, then the mountain dogs were too. This whole clinic is a lion's den. Yuri's just a researcher, so he probably wouldn't know what's really going on. The more I thought about it, the more confused I got. Why would Takano do something like this? I thought I'd just convince myself that the motive shouldn't even matter, but I can't stop thinking about it. Is Takano really behind it all? Yes. Am I going as crazy as Oshi just because of how badly I want to solve this mystery? No, you're sane, and so is Oshi. Perhaps mountain dogs are more like wolves looking after a flock of sheep. I've lived for over 100 years. I never once found out who killed me, and I stayed close to the Ire Institute so that they protect me. What if that was my big mistake? Well, I'm sure that Ire has no bad intentions. Many lives I got to see just how genuine his feelings are. I can trust him. However, he's not really reliable. Okonogi glanced over at me. He smiled and told me not to worry, but I noticed an evil glint in his eyes. Heck, I just noticed the whole like evil like face he has, especially with that damn ponytail, looking like fucking Zigbar from Kingdom Hearts 2. It's possible that I have Hinsalmon syndrome, and that was just a hallucination. I don't understand anything. I don't even know who my enemies are anymore. There's no point in thinking about this any longer. I have to only trust who I know I can trust for sure. There are only a few of those people, though. Ire, Oshi, my friends. If Okonogi is on Takano's side, he'll be watching me very closely. If I started accusing Takano of anything, who knows what they'd do to me. When this world first began, I thought I had no time left. But that wasn't true. The number of things that happened in just 2 weeks was immense. Yeah, no kidding. Probably only have a few more days left until the day of my death. What can I do? How can I change this? Am I supposed to just take Kanyu's advice and resign this time? Oh shit, okay. Going to guess end of chapter? Very abrupt, but... Nope, we're still going. Shit. Alright. Fuck, this might be a 2-hour video. Probably a 2-hour video. Tops. Just keep her going then. 4-hour video part 2.
それで綿流しの晩にはもう失踪していたらしいんだよ。お社様のたたりかな。
さすがに5年も連続すると薄気味悪いよな。
Misawa was a small village. Rumors spread fast here. Besides, she's Mion Sonzaki. She would have found out about this yesterday even if the police were trying to hide it. My friends were all talking about the mysterious deaths of Tomiki and the disappearance of Takano. People in this village are very superstitious. No matter what happens, they conclude that everything is a curse of Oshiro-sama. The past incidents don't matter to me either way. All I'm interested in is the current one. Culprit of this case will probably kill me too. 2 days have passed since Wanakagashi. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 1983. Okay, it's the 17th, actually, of 2023. At the earliest, I'll get killed on the night of the 22nd. That is tomorrow night. The day of my death is always different. I always end up getting killed, but the day when it happens varies. I guess the culprit has their own reasons for that. There's only one thing I'm sure about. Based on my experiences, I'll live for sure until tomorrow night. After then, I'll have to live with the fear of getting murdered at any moment. Still, there's no real reason to be afraid. When I wake up, I'll be in a brand new world again. I can never remember how I'm killed. That's why I'm not that afraid of the killing itself. I'm just frustrated my life is about repeating the same things over and over like a broken record. However, at present I'm frustrated. My classmates just expect that their peaceful days will continue forever. But I couldn't feel that way. I feel frustrated and full of sorrow, as I really don't want to die.
明日の夜ですが、リカは悔いがありませんですか？
バカ。ないわけないでしょ。
Anya was trying to warn me that I might get killed tomorrow night, as though she already knew it was going to happen for sure.
リカはとてもよく頑張りました。そして今年の綿流しは僕が生きてきた中でも一番の楽しいお祭りでした。それはリカもだったのではないですか？
It was fun. It really was fun. Sadako had band-aids all over her face, but everyone was there together and we kicked up a storm. I want this world to continue forever. I can't accept that. This world is going to end tomorrow at the earliest and within 1 or 2 weeks at the latest.
また次の世界でもきっと楽しくできますのですよ。
この世界はもう終わりなの。こんなにも楽しい世界なのに、もう終わりなの。
All my friends are alive and happy. Kechi doesn't feel alone. Lena's family's happy too. Mion and Shion are getting along, as well as Shion and Sadako. The issue Sadako's uncle is resolved, and she's no longer treated coldly by the other villagers. This is the best world I've ever experienced. But this world is going to end.
リカ、僕たちは特別な存在なのに、リカは自分のことを普通の人間として考えすぎなのです。楽しいパーティーがいつまでも続けばいいのにと子供の誰もが願う。でもいつかパーティーはお開きになりますのです。だから子供たちは楽しい瞬間をどうか永遠に続いてほしいと願うのです。でもだからといって終わったパーティーを嘆くことはない。眠ればまた明日の朝になる。そしてまたいろいろと楽しいことが起こるのです。パーティーが終われば消えてしまうシンデレラなんかいない。
私の生への固執をそんな風に例えられるなんて知らなかったわ。
今のリカはパーティーから帰りたくないと泣いて椅子にしがみつく子供と同じなのです。どうして泣いたり悲しんだりする必要が？またパーティーはやってきます。リカは死を越すことを未だに忌み嫌っているけれど、僕たちにとっては一眠りのまたぎだというのに。
羽生は昭和58年の6月より先に何があるのか
I mean, how
見たくないの。
I mean, that's a very optimistic way of looking at a infinite time loop. But still, the same party. Sure, you're going to a different one. Sure, some things may have changed, like the color of the birthday hats or the flavor of the cake. But it's still the same party. Some things still happen. And hell, some parties are repeated. And if you keep going for your party over and over again, doesn't it lose value? Each time you go through it. Sure, it's fun. Sure, it's enlightening. Sure, some things have deviated here and there. But how many times can you go through the same party over and over again before you come bored with it? Before you become complacent? Before you become disinterested in the party, in the world, and for life?
見たくないと言えば嘘になりますです。でもそれに固執して裏切られ傷ついてゆくリカの方が心配なのです。リカには分かってない。気の遠くなるほどの長い時間を誰とも会話することができず、楽しい祭りもじっと眺めているだけ。子供たちの遊ぶ輪を横で眺めていることしかできない悲しさなんてわからない。誰にも私の姿が見えない。誰にも私の声が届かないし、誰も私に話しかけてはくれない。そんな辛さや悲しさが理科に想像つきますのですか？その中でやっと出会えた理科なのです。僕は理科がいなかったら生きていけない。でも理科のように死ねもしないのです。僕は時の果てまで一人ぼっちで生きていかなくてはならない。新しいあなたが現れるまでずっと膝を抱いて一人で過ごしていかなくてはならない。僕はそんなのは嫌なのです。絶対に嫌なのです。
羽生。
だからリカ、あの悲しい約束を取り消してほしいのです。この世界でも運命に打ち勝てなかったらもう全てを諦めるというあの約束を取り消してほしいのです。
羽生、ごめん。もう少しだけその返事を待たせて。
I want to do what I can until the end. When that happens, I can decide what to do. If I think there's still some hope, I can go on living. But if I feel desperate enough, I can just give up. It might not be ultimately be a bad thing to repeat June of 1983 over and over. Perhaps I might be blessed with another fortunate life someday. Anu nodded with a little satisfaction after hearing that, sensing that my feelings were starting to lean the way she wanted them.
どうしたよレナ。リカちゃんをお持ち帰りする算段でもしてるのか？
ねえケイチくん、リカちゃんに元気がないとは思わないかな。
どうだろうな。奉納演舞の疲れが抜けないんじゃないのか？
Rika-chan was sitting all by herself, wearing a sad expression. It said she might still be tired from the festival, but that wasn't really how it looked.
さとこちゃんが解放されて踊り上がってもいいくらいなのに、なんだか昨日から リカちゃんの様子がおかしいように思うの。悩み事でもあるんじゃないかな。
てっぺの件は完全に決着したはずだろ。リカちゃんが悩むような問題は何もないはずだぜ。
We thought that Sadako and Rika-chan might not be able to live together if they found a new guardian for Sadako. But that problem was almost solved. Either the Sonozaki family, the Kimiroshi family, become her guardian. Mayor Kimiroshi is already Rika's guardian. If the Sonozaki family gets custody, Sadako will eventually become Shion's little sister. Anyway, I had no idea why Rika-chan was acting so upset.
こういう時は声をかけてみるのが一番じゃねえのか。
それがかえってデリカシーがない時もあるし。でも圭一君なら大丈夫だと思うかな。
それはつまり俺にデリカシーがないっていう意味だな。
When I laughed and stuck out her tongue out at me. I walked up to Rika-chan and struck up a conversation. Perhaps something is still troubling Sadako and we just don't know about it. If that's the case, we need to help her.
元気なさそうだな。何か悩んでるのか？
圭一。
Rika-chan had been daydreaming. Took her a while to realize that I was talking to her.
僕が悩んでるように見えましたですか？
まあな。どうしたんだよ。何かあったのか？
Took her a while to answer. Just a long silence had to mean yes.
圭一、聞いてもらいたい詩がありますです。誰が作った詩かは聞かないでくださいです。そして聞いたら感想を聞かせてほしいです。
いいぜ。どんなのだよ。
Rika-chan closed her eyes and recited a short poem. It went something like this. Everyone has the right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to receive. Everyone has the right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to fulfill. I have the right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to compromise.
結構難しい詩だな。
Damn.
それはリカちゃんが作ったのか？って聞くのはなしなんだったな。
なしです。圭一はこの詩を聞いてどんな感想を持ちましたですか？
Everyone has the right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to receive. I understand that. Everyone does have the right to be happy. But that doesn't mean that everyone can receive that happiness. Everyone has the right to be happy. Yet it's so hard to fulfill. This one is a little harder to understand, but exercising that right probably refers to the process of finding happiness. Everyone has the right to work hard for their happiness. But it's not that easy for that work to bear fruit. I have the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to compromise. I guess she's trying to talk about compromising your happiness. There's no limit to human desires. You can never stop wanting more. That's why people need to make compromises on their happiness. At least, that's how I understand it. If she was trying to say that we should be satisfied with what we have, it sounds like a positive statement. But there's also a negative tone to the way it's presented.
この詩は多分詩を作った人の心情を表しているものだと思う。
僕もそうだと思いますです。それで感想はいかがですか？
She wouldn't admit it. I'm sure Rika-chan is the one who made that poem, and it's reflecting on how she's feeling. I'm not that smart, but even I can understand that.
悲しい歌だなって思った。
悲しいですか。
最初の2つはわかる。幸せに過ごす権利は誰にだってあるが、だからといって誰でも簡単に幸せになれるわけじゃないもんな。そういう厳しさを謳ったものだと思う。でも最後の一つは毛色が違う。妥協ってのは諦めるって意味だ。この詩の私は幸せになることを諦めて今を妥協して幸せだと思い込もうとしてるんだ。
幸せだと思い込もうとしているですか。
それも未練いっぱいにな。誰だって努力さえすればきっと幸せになれるのに、自分だけはそれが絶対届かないと分かっている。そんな諦めが漂う悲しい歌だ。
なら圭一、この詩の私はどうすればいいんでしょうか。
くじけるなってことだな。
くじけるなですか。
この詩を歌ったやつは自分がどういう風になれれば幸せなのか悩んだ末にしっかり見つけてる。それは決して高望みしたものではないと思う。どうやったら幸せになれるかを延々3段も考察してるやつなんだぜ。真剣に考えてるんだ。だからここまで幸せになりたいと一途に思ってるなら絶対に諦めちゃダメだと思うぜ、リカちゃん。俺たちは絶望的な状況をほんの数日でひっくり返したんだぜ。みんなで力を合わせればきっと奇跡が起こせる。リカちゃんだってそれを目の当たりにしたはずだぜ。あるんだろ悩み。打ち明けてくれよ。
打ち明けたいことはあります。でも打ち明ければみんなはもうひなみ沢でのんびりと暮らすことはできなくなるでしょう。私にとっての幸せはみんなと楽しく昭和58年6月以降も過ごすこと。だからこそ6月をくぐり抜けるためだけにみんなを巻き込んでもそれは私にとっての幸せではない。
ひなみ沢にのんびり暮らせなくなる？どうしてだよ。
打ち明けたことを知られたら奴らは必ずみんなを殺す。だから助けを求められない。
殺すって穏便な話じゃないな。
Damn mountain dogs.
まさかリカちゃん誰かに脅迫されてるのか？
The word kill is not something that most people use casually. I was shocked to hear it coming from her mouth. That's why I couldn't help but raise my voice.
誰が敵かもわからない状態です。一つわかるのは誰かが私を必ず殺すということだけです。
ごめんリカちゃん、話してくれ。一体何があったんだ？
Is Teppei threatening her? No, that isn't possible. Police arrested him, besides that the Sozaki family told him to never come back to the village. There's no way he could contact Rika-chan in order to threaten her. And even if that somehow was the case, Rika-chan could just talk to Mion and everything would be taken care of. But based on her expression, it seems like this is way deeper than that.
ごめんなさいです。
Oh, you have no idea, Kechi.
これ以上言えばきっと巻き込みますです。圭一たちが巻き込まれれば仮に6月を超えられてもそれは私の望む世界じゃない。だから打ち明けられないのです。それが多分私が望む幸せに対し妥協しないということなのだと思いますです。
リカちゃんがさっきから何を言ってるのかさっぱりだが、リカちゃんのその言い方先日までの聡子にそっくりだぜ。
里子に。
ああ、耐えることが美徳だと勘違いして戦う勇気を忘れてる。そういう風に聞こえるな。電話で里子に戦う勇気を奮い起こせと劇を飛ばしたリカちゃんらしくもないぜ。
My words had cruelly hurt Rika-chan's feelings. She bit her lip and went quiet for a moment.
巻き込まれれば圭一たちもきっと殺されますですよ。
殺されるのはごめんだな。でもよ、放っておけばリカちゃんは必ず殺されるんだろ。だったら俺もリカちゃんのいない未来なんてごめんだな。リカちゃんが俺たちを巻き込みたくないって思うように、俺たちもリカちゃんを失いたくないって思ってる。荒事は大歓迎だぜ。それに3人集まれば文殊の知恵って言うだろ。部活メンバーみんなで相談し合えば必ず妙案が出るぜ。
いくら部活メンバーでも無理なものは無理だと思いますです。
俺たちを巻き込みたくないから打ち明けられないんだな。ならリカちゃんは俺たちに打ち明けず一人で死のうってことなんだな。
そういうことだと思いますです。
耐えることを美徳だと勘違いするな。戦う勇気を思い出すんだ。心の整理がついたらいつでも何時でもいいから相談してくれ。俺たちは絶対に力になるからな。
ありがとうです。
Rika-chan was wearing a sorrowful smile. You could tell that she appreciated my sympathy. I don't know why, but Rika-chan is troubled by something. It's a matter of life and death for her. She can't even talk to us about it. At the very least, she won't talk to me.
どうだった圭一くん。リカちゃんが悩み事だって。珍しいね。
さとこ、変なことを聞いてすまんが、リカちゃんが命を狙われているような話ってあるのか？
は？何を言ってるんですの圭一さんは。リカちゃまは村のシンボルじゃないですか。拝む人はいても命を狙う人なんているわけないです。なんだいなんだい、物騒な話だね。
The more I talked to my friends, the stranger it seemed that someone would try to kill Rika-chan. Everyone was even more confused than I felt.
リカちゃんは悩みを打ち明けてくれたわけじゃない。でも何かに悩んでるのは間違いなく、それはかなり深刻らしいんだ。リカちゃんが俺たちを信頼してくれるならきっと近いうちに打ち明けてくれると思う。その時はどんな突拍子もない話であってもきっと信じてあげて力になってあげよう。きっとだぜ。
We all looked at each other and nodded. Good shit. Good shit, man. Fuck, man. Yeah, that's a faded notebook. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Damn. So, I think we solved the main mystery. At least the first mystery presented to us in the game. That's fucking wild, I think. Number 34. From here on, it all starts to unravel. That's an interesting achievement. Number 34. But, yeah. A lot of revelations in this episode. And a lot of, once again trying to fight against fate. Now we know who's behind it. Now, the only thing we don't know The only thing we don't know is the motive. Also, the whole, time loop thing. We still don't know what the fuck's causing that. The universe just does that sometimes, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah. And also, Hanyu's existence and all that, there's still a lot of, questions. I wish we know who's committing the murders. That's nice to know. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of content, hit that subscribe button, do right there at the right button. Want to tell me something, put it down in the comments below. Check out Discord server hanging out in, or my Twitter, check description below. And yeah, it's been Voidlego. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!